Hello everyone, Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. I'm busy doing, this is one of those hard, like PU leather. Don't think it's real leather. I think it's got a very thin bit of leather on each side, and it's like, I think it's like rubber stuff inside, so it's not all leather. That's why it's called PU leather. I think it's not all real leather. But the ladies asked me to do a project bag for her, one of the larger ones, with this bottom base thing on it, you know, with this wool. And I was doing, I had done a small one with it, and she sent me a picture. I can't remember the lady's name. I've got it in my book. I wrote in my order book for what it was. She asked me, she sent me a picture of me holding it up to let me see the colour that she wanted. So that's what I've been doing at the moment, but I have just a little video for to show you, because I finally finished the green rosebud lace cardigan that I was doing. And I had started sewing it up a few days ago, but you know, I hate sewing up the large ones. Don't mind the small ones, I'll do them straight away, but that's what's took me so long. It wasn't the length of time to actually finish knitting it, it was getting round to sewing it up. So I'll stop this video and I'll show you what it's actually me wearing it, but like I say in the video, you'll have to bear in mind that it is a smaller size than what I take. Just thought I'd let everyone see how the green cardigan came out, and bear in mind that this is not my size. This is meant for a 36 inch, and mine, well, it'd be 36 to 38. Mine are 40 to 42, so there is, have to stretch it a bit to fasten it, and naturally, you know, it doesn't go across my hips because my hips are larger than my boobs. So a closer look. And if you notice the buttons, I didn't have any buttons the same colour, but I have these see-through ones. They're very good if you haven't got the correct colour. They just show the colour of the wool, whatever it is, through them. Yeah, and so you see the back. And that will be going on to my eBay shop. That is one of the sizes I've been trying to work out for to do an adult pattern for this rosebud lace one. So that is the finished green cardigan, and it will be on I'll be probably putting out maybe tomorrow on my eBay shop, because I have put all my other things that I have for sale, I've put them all up onto eBay. I've sorted them all out. And as best as I've tried with what they call simple delivery, I can use that with, I'm sitting on my armchair here because I moved around the room today for a while. I used their simple delivery. I can work it out with my own postage for any small letters and large letters, but you can't do it with parcels. It has to go through eBay's simple delivery, and I didn't know whether I could take them to my post office or whether I had to take them to a certain place. Well, I had an order yesterday. I had something up that's been up for a while, and a little sweater and a little hat, and a lady bought it, so it came through the simple delivery on eBay, which I have to, eBay takes the cost of the postage out, which is a little bit less. It cost me for a second class parcel with tracking, it cost me £4.5. This one, you go to eBay, buy the label, the postage, and you get the label. You have to download the label from eBay, and it cost me £3.38. So I think it's about 60 something pence less than if I take it to the post office and do it myself. So I thought there's no harm in trying it, and I went to the post office, and all I had to do was hand it in to the postmaster, and he like scanned it and gave me a receipt for it. And so I thought, oh well, that's okay, that's what I'm just going to do with the parcels, but I'll still do the same with the the letters for my patterns and large letters, because I can still put tracking on large letters, but I can't put it on small letters because it costs too much. So anyway, all my things I have for sale now, except that green cardigan. I think I have a scarf, which I haven't put up yet, and a little one of those headband type ear warmer things, which I've had for quite a while actually. I've still got those to put up, so I'll probably sort them out tomorrow. I haven't got time today. But I've did a little bit. That was the sewing I finished this morning on that thing. And you know, I can only do so much sewing. I think it affects my eyes, makes my eyes tired. So, because I have to be really close. And I've done one and then I should have done two. Well, that's one stitch out. So only do so much sewing in the morning, and I finished the green cardigan. And so I thought I'd start on this, just do a little bit crochet this afternoon, because I am going out tonight, going to my quiz tonight. But like I'm saying, I can only do so much sewing because it does affect my eyes, makes my eyes tired, and especially something as big as the green one, because there was a lot to sew on it. And I think I've worked that out wrongly. I'll have to put that down in a minute while I'm talking, because I'm doing one stitch with a single crochet in and one stitch with two in to make it, as you go around the arch part, you have to add a few more stitches, otherwise it pulls it in. And I do two in one, and then a single one, and then two, then a single one. And I think I've started on the wrong place. I do two in there, one. No, I haven't. No, I haven't. I'm right. I'm just looking at it wrong. That's it. I'll put that down in a minute while I'm talking, because I'm bound to make a mistake. So I do have some other things to sew, which I showed you the other day. I've got the little pouches, that one, and I've got the zip ready to sew, which I was going to do on Sunday because I wasn't at my granddaughter's, but I didn't get around to it because she was at that Great North Run helping with the clear up afterwards, so that was why I didn't go to my granddaughter's on Sunday, because she wasn't there. So I have got the zip ready to put on that one, the zip ready to put on that one. But I also have to sew linings. I put the zip on first with these, and then I add the lining to it afterwards. But these are the phone pouches. I have two of these. But I put the lining on this. I do on my sewing machine on this. I just cut out the length I want and pin it, and then just do it all the way around on my sewing machine, and then just fold it. It has to be folded for the phone pouches. So that's all I have to do with those. But it's another day. There's, like I'm saying, there's only so much sewing I can do. So is that. And then I have been doing this pattern here. I'll show you. I started this yesterday. This little one. This is one I haven't shown you yet in some of my patterns. I still have a folder. I still have a little video I made the other day, because I made about 5 videos all in one day for to put up different days for all my patterns. This one's not included yet because I forgot this one was upstairs and amongst some books and things. This was sent to me by Angela, the lady that lives in Scotland. I've got a few Angelas. She sent this to me, and I thought I'll have a go at that, because I had 2 balls of this. It's got little spot prints and it's chunky. I don't usually knit with chunky, but I thought I liked that. It was a lovely little cardigan. I've only got enough to do the cardigan, and I had those 2 balls of chunky, and I didn't know what to do with it because I wasn't sure whether there'd be enough for, a cardigan, because I'm not used to knitting with chunky. But when I checked the instructions on this, it said 2 balls for the smallest size, which is an 18-inch. I find the instructions there. And it said for the the 18-inch, which takes 2 balls, and it said the King Cole one that it's knitted in, it tells you how many metres is in the wool. I can't find it. It's on here somewhere. I did read it somewhere on here, but I can't find where it is. Oh, here it is. 100-gram balls has 152 metres. Well, these balls that I'm using for these have 160 metres, so I know there'll be enough for the cardigan. I don't know, maybe it's possibly whether there'll be enough for the hat, but I very much doubt it. But I'm going to do the cardigan anyway. That's what I'm busy doing at the moment. I'll just stand that up on there for now out of the way. And so I'll show you what I've done of it. It took me quite a while to get into this pattern. As you can see, it's got ordinary cables in the centre, and this cable here is like a plait. It's like a plaited cable. This one is done on every other row. So every second row you're crossing cables on that one, but this one is done on every 4th row. Now with this one, when you're doing this plait one row, you hold the cable needle at the back. And on the 2nd row when you do them, there's a 3rd row actually when you do them, you hold the cable needle at the front. And these ones here, you have them one going that way and one going out. So it goes out that way and that goes out that way. So that one you're holding the cable needle at the back, and this one you're holding the cable needle at the front. And I kept getting mixed up. There's 4 rows, there's only 4 rows to the pattern. And I think I pulled those 4 rows out about half a dozen times before I got it right. I kept pulling the cable in the wrong place, and I'm looking at the plait part instead of the, you know, the little short ones. One of these little lines here was too long going down. I've made a mistake on that row. But I practiced those first 4 rows about half a dozen times before I got it right. And then the sequence just went into my head after that, so I could manage the rest. So I've done the back. And as the sleeves don't have cables, they just have like a slip stitch, because it's also like a slip stitch down there as well in the middle of that. And the sleeves only have the slip stitch. I thought I'll do the 2 sleeves and be a little bit quicker doing them. But I went to my knit and natter yesterday afternoon. Now, when I went there was only me. I picked my friend Molly up, and there was only one other lady there who was there last week. Now, this is only the 3rd week it's been on. And the lady that was there, her name was Shirley, and she was actually the mother of the lady who runs the place. And the week before, there was 2 other ladies there, and I didn't realise it at the time, but Shirley, one of the other ladies, was her daughter who runs the place, and the other one was her granddaughter. So really, there was only me and Molly were the only ones that weren't anything to do with the pub. And there was another lady, there was one other lady, and I'm not absolutely certain, but she wasn't there this week. But when she was there last week, she had lots and lots of little baby things in her bag, and she was more or less bringing them out and showing them. I could be wrong, but I think she was there to try to sell what she had. Well, I'm not there to sell. I sell things on my shops and that. I don't need to hold them in front of people and ask if they want to buy them. But that was the impression I got. But she didn't turn up. So maybe it's because we never bit. But there was another lady who lived in the bungalow who didn't know how to knit. You know, she came in for a little while, but that was all that was there. So I was going to do some videoing. I took my tablet with me, but I thought, well, there's only the 3 of us. We need a lot more around the table. And it's only the 3rd week, so it'll take a little time to get established probably. And another thing, it is in the country, like in the middle of a country type thing, and there's no bus there. Anyone going there has to go in a car. It's a country pub. They'd have to go in a car or get a taxi there, so that could put people off as well. But I still thoroughly enjoyed the company of Molly and Shirley, and we had a good chat. And I was saying to Molly on the way home, I says, that's a good job. I says, Shirley was pretty good at keeping the conversation going. And Molly said to me, she's got a long way to go to catch up with you, though. So we did have a good chat, but on the way there, Molly was going to show me when we went last week, I went the way that I knew of, that I used to go with my friend Anne to that pub, because we used to go to that pub, and I went with my partner Mel years ago when he was alive. We used to go there for a meal, so I knew the way I went. But the way I used to go then, there was all like fields and country road and to the pub. But I hadn't been there for a lot of years, and all those fields have been built on, and there was roundabouts and things in the road, you know, those little things where you have to keep going around this way and that way to get around them, traffic lights and all sorts. And when I picked Molly up, when we were going home, she said, because I was going to turn left to go the way I had came, and she said, oh, go right, I'll show you a better way to get to where Molly lives. Because the way I was going takes us away from Molly lives, but Molly knew another way because she was more used to the area. And she showed me an easier way. She said, it is actually a little bit longer, but she says the straight roads, the country roads, there's no like roundabout or traffic lights or anything until you get near home. So that was the way we went. So I said to Molly when we were going out, I said, oh, we'll go your way there. Then I can remember, I said, we've got 3 roundabouts and it's straight across those 3 roundabouts. I said, and it's a right turn at the end of the road, and we go down the road and then it's a left turn so far round. I remember the ways, because it's the opposite way, because there were right turns and that were the opposite way. So anyway, we're going past all the roundabouts and we come to this right turn at the bottom of the road. So I right turned and we were driving down, and we hadn't gone all that far as I thought we had gone. And Molly says, it was all of a sudden, oh, it's left here. We came to a road, you know, a left turn. And I was saying to myself, I don't think it's this one. I'm sure we were on this road longer than that. But I thought, well, Molly knows the road better than me. So I'd done a left turn onto this road. And we're driving down for ages and ages and not come down here. I said to Molly, I don't think it was this road. And she, I think you're right. She says, I think it's further down. I says, I think it was further down as well. But it's got right down the bottom of this very long road. There was a big roundabout. So I say, I'm just going round the roundabout. I'm going back up again. And I says, where we came in, I'm going to turn left. And so that's what we did. We turned left and we passed a garden centre and went, oh yes, we're on the right road. She says, that's the garden centre. And then a little bit further on, we saw the sign for the poacher's cottage where the chit chat was. So it took us a little bit longer. I think we're about 15 minutes late getting there, but we still had a good thing. And then my friend Anne wasn't interested in going, because I asked her if she wanted to go, and she said, oh, I don't think it's for me. Like, she wasn't interested. And she messaged me today, just reminding me on about picking her up at 8 o'clock for the quiz tonight, which doesn't have to do. I know I'm going to the quiz tonight. And then she says, oh, what was it like at the knit and natter? And I told her, and I said, there was only 3 of us, but I says, it'll take a little bit of time to get established. But I told her, I said, we had a good chat. I says, and apparently she knows the lady Shirley's daughter who runs the pub. She actually knows her. Oh, I might come with you next week then. So it looks like there'll probably be 3 of us next week, unless she changes her mind, because she does chop and change her mind a lot, Anne. But anyway, I'm doing what I can of this, and I will probably put another little video up with all my knitting patterns on. I think it's the last one, and then I have to do another one with the folder I forgot all about. It was under my table on the chair, and when I pulled the chair out from under my table, it was on there. I knew I had another folder. I just thought I had, forgot. So there was a lot of patterns in that one as well. So I'll be doing another little video for that one. But I didn't even realise how many patterns I had. They're not all mine. They're what people have been sending to me. And a lot of them are never ever going to be used. But I had to sort them out to put them into folders so I know what I'm doing. And like I'm saying with this one, It's the first time I'm knitting from a pattern for a very long time. I usually use my own patterns or make my own patterns, but I quite enjoyed what this one looks like. So anyway, I'll get that one sorted. Do a little bit of that one. Probably when I get sick of doing a bit of crochet. I do like a lot of different things to do. I get a bit bored with just one thing all the time. I like to chop and change. So anyway, that's my video for today. So thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you another time. So bye for now.